He almost sees it as problematic to be weighed down by knowledge.
Yeah, I think that's exactly true. Donald has no curiosity. He doesn't know anything. And his whole life, like most con artists, he's gotten away with just blustering. You ask him, nobody reads the Bible more than Donald Trump. What's your favorite passage? Well, there's so many. There's so many. There's so many. And that tells you he doesn't read the Bible.
Let me ask you some specifics about that came up in the book, because there's stuff here that I imagine if people went, a lot of this stuff I didn't know, and it gives you a better sense of this guy. There was one thing that stuck out for me that was sort of like a personal. Back in my days as a filmmaker, I would make comedy films. And I actually took out an award, an ad in Variety when my movie went to the HBO Aspen comedy thing called the Black Diamond Award. And it was a fake award that I made up, and I just bought an ad in Variety to congratulate me. And it really was incredibly effective. I mean, if you look at the reviews of that movie, they cite the winning of that award. And but Donald Trump, I guess, had done that, right? He created diamond awards for himself. Tell us about that story.
There are at least 19 Trump properties, golf courses, hotels, restaurants, that have on the wall 5 diamond or 6 diamond awards, which are said right on the guy who gives them out, the most prestigious award in the world. Not the most prestigious travel business award, the most prestigious award in the world. These awards are a little business run by a guy named Joey No Socks, who is a mob associate, convicted art thief, and the board of this little phony group is dominated by Donald Trump and his children. Donald says, "I've never been to a board meeting." I'm sure he hasn't. There are no board meetings. But the awards themselves are signed by Joey No Socks and Donald Trump. He gives awards to himself.
That's I gotta say, people can Google "Who's the Caboose" right now, and you will find winner of the prestigious Black Diamond Award. It works. It works.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Sam, here's my 8 children when they were little. Some of them had imaginary friends when they were like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
This is a grown man. He makes up awards for himself. He plants news stories that beautiful women are pounding on his bedroom door because he wants you to all think he is the great, Lothario of our age. He wants everybody to think he's the modern Midas, even though much of what he touches turns to dross. It's all a con.
It is. It is amazing. I mean, to see it all in one place like this is it's amazing. I mean,
that's what I want to do, was to connect the dots, because this is what happens sometimes. When George Bush ran for president, I wanted to go vet him, and the New York Times had other people doing it, and they weren't investigative reporters. And when they finally did let me go vet him, they said, "Well, everything here was published somewhere, so we're not going to do the story." But nobody had connected the dots. I mean, how many people know that George Bush's fortune derives from a tax increase that he arranged to funnel into his pocket? And with Donald, my book is almost everything in my book is stuff that's been printed elsewhere. That's why there's 44 pages of notes. But nobody's ever drawn them together and connected the dots and said, look how these things all fit into a piece to understand who he is. And that's, for Donald, that's real troublesome, because his whole image is built on you knowing what he wants you to know.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.